Yours truly, Stuart Horn, on tonight's final call on Marin TV for 2019 in the San Rafael Pacifics. There I am, everybody. Glad you're with us tonight from Albert Park. The Pacifics currently in second place, behind Sonoma. Sonoma at 41-15. Boy, they lead everybody. And they are going to be tough coming down the stretch. Only 8 games left in this season before the postseason commences. 8 games, including tonight's contest, as the Pacifics welcome in the Admirals from Vallejo. The Pacifics are in second place, 31-25. That's right, 10 games behind Sonoma. The Pacifics in second place. Very few people betting against Sonoma at this point in the proceedings. Vallejo, the Admirals who are here tonight, are only 1 game back in third place at 30-26. Vallejo can tie it all up with a win tonight against the Pacifics. And the last time Vallejo was here, they murdered the Pacifics. So if you're a Pacifics fan, you're hoping anything other than getting murdered, I suspect. I certainly am. Napa in fourth place, 25-31. And the Salina Stockade, 13-43, way down in the cellar. 8 games left, including tonight, and then we get to the postseason, where everybody who's not in first place will have to play a preliminary game. Of course, the first place team, who is the Sonoma Stompers, and mathematically they cannot, no matter what happens, even if they were to lose out, they couldn't not be in first place at the end of the season. So Sonoma has clinched the first place slot going into the playoffs. So it's going to be either the Pacifics or the Admirals or the Silverados from Napa, who are going to vie for the first place trophy in the Pacific Association. That's right, last year the Pacifics won it all. But they are going to have their hands full if they hope to win it again this year, and I'm certain that they do under their new ownership group. New manager, Oscar Suarez, a lot of new players. An exciting 2019 San Rafael Pacifics. On the hill for San Rafael is Justin Watland with a 4.62 ERA. He's facing one of the most dynamic players ever to play in the Pacific Association. That's Vlad Gomez. Gomez in the batter's box, and we're ready for Pacifics baseball. The final game on Marin TV this year. First pitch from Watland is not good. 77 degrees. 6:34. The first pitch from Watland. And a fastball. He follows up. Now it's 2-0. As Vlad Gomez takes away. It'll be Vlad Gomez followed by Okoye Dixon and Nick Aiken Sr. here in the top of the first. Long fly ball to left field. Looking up is Dempster. Gone. Gomez, on the third pitch he saw, and really the first pitch in the strike zone, took Watland deep. Very deep. A home run over the left field wall, and it's 1-0.
Batting second for the Admirals, left fielder number 4, Okoye Dixon.
The left fielder is Okoye Dixon, who makes his way to the hitting area. As the crowd is the crowd is humming after Gomez let it fly. Third pitch of the night. Well, the first pitch was in the dirt, unhittable. Second pitch was away, and then Gomez got extended. And the right-handed Vlad Gomez took it over the left field wall by a ton. Okoye Dixon takes across the knees. I'm not sure where it missed. Our home plate umpire is Ron Barnes. In the field is Eric Thompson. Dixon ahead in the count 1-0 with Nick Aiken Sr. on deck. Top of the first inning, 1-0 Vallejo. With a win, Vallejo will be in a tie for second place in the Pacific Association with 7 games to go. Fly ball right field. Axel Johnson toward the line. Axel Johnson's got it, one down. Dixon got a good piece of it, but nothing like Gomez with that home run to lead off. I see Vlad Gomez leading off the game with a monumental blast over the left field wall. And only the slightest breeze really tonight coming in from the south over from that left field side. Here's Nick Akins Sr., the DH in the 3-hole. Takes a ball. Well, 3 batters, and Watland has thrown a ball to open on all 3 of them. Watland just has a 1-0 record, 23 and a third innings pitched, 27 strikeouts against 13 walks. Out of San Jose State. And now Nick Akins Sr. wants to take a moment. And it looks like he's got a problem with his contact lens. Gomez is out to give him a hand. Now somebody brought out some eye drops, but he waved him off. I guess Akins is okay. We'll find out if he can see the ball or not here in a moment. Akins batting .259 with 19 bombs, leading the association in home runs, 49 driven in, so he can generally see the ball very well. He swings at a high, hard one, 1-1. Montrell Marshall is on deck. Akins, the 3-hole hitter, here in the top of the first. Low and in, 2-1. Pacifics have Dempster over in left with Montalongo in center and Axel Johnson in right. Another high fastball to Akins, taken 3-1 as Watland goes upstairs, downstairs, upstairs. Let's see what he does here. Perfect view from our center field camera. A long fly ball left field, foul. Fortunately for Watland.
We want to remind you that Sports Basement is right outside the front gate. You have the opportunity.
So for the first time tonight, a full count. Boy, summer evening baseball, just absolutely perfect. A great night for baseball at 77 degrees. San Rafael Pacifics, the champs of the league last year, currently in second place. The Admirals 1 game back. A curveball got him swinging. Akins is gone, 2 down. First strikeout of the night for Justin Watland with that 4.62 ERA. And after coughing up the big one to Vlad Gomez to open the game, that might settle him down some. Montrell Marshall in the 4-hole with 2 down. Marshall batting .316 with 8 bombs and 28 RBIs. Takes upstairs 1-0. From Albert Park, the home of the Pacifics in downtown San Rafael, there's a 2-hopper into left field, a base hit for Montrell Marshall to keep things alive for Vallejo. The second hit of the night for the team in just 4 batters. With Marshall at first, Tillman Pugh makes his way to the hitting area. Tillman Pugh, one of those guys who just always seems to be in the right place at the right time when it comes to hurting the Pacifics. First pitch swinging, backhanded at third by Gelfman. On to second base, Peguero covering. Tillman Pugh goes down, 5 to the covering, 4. And that's how we end it. 1 run in on 2 hits. For the Admirals, we will go to the bottom of the first inning, where the Pacifics will be sending up Raul Navarro, Yalier Peguero, and Axel Johnson Right here on Marin TV, we'll be back with the bottom of the first, 1-0 Vallejo.
First raffle of the day. It's going to be a 28.
Bottom of the first inning, everybody. It's a one-run ball game. The Admirals strike early, right out of the gate. We go to the bottom of the first. For San Rafael under Oscar Suarez, he will be sending out Raul Navarro to lead things off with Yalier Peguero batting second. Axel Johnson in the 3-hole with Zane Gelfman batting cleanup. Mike Canone batting fifth with Corey Dempster batting sixth. In the 7-hole, Hermindo Escobar. Jay Carp batting eighth. And Marcus Montalongo batting ninth. On the hill for the Admirals is Mike Melendez. Melendez has a 4-3 record in 55 1/3 innings pitched, 44 strikeouts against 32 walks, a 5.04 ERA.
The finest Puerto Rican cuisine in all of Marin County. It's shortstop number 5, Raul Navarro.
Raul Navarro will lead things off for San Rafael here in the bottom of the first. Navarro batting .362. Get him on base. He's likely to move over quickly. First pitch is taken up and in, 1-0. 29 for 38 on the base paths for Navarro, leading the team by a ton. He squares to bunt and takes low and in, 2-0. Melendez, 44 strikeouts, but he's walked 32. So I suspect that Navarro is going to force Melendez to show his hand. At 2-0, this should be a good one. And he takes, it is a good one, 2-1. Raul, the everyday shortstop for Oscar Suarez and the San Rafael Pacifics. Pacifics looking to hang on to the number 2 spot as a curveball is swung on, a line drive to short where Matt Ureste grabs it one down.
Batting second for your Pacifics, second baseman, 25.
Well, Ureste played him perfectly. Left a wide open hole between third and short. And right at the edge of the shadows, there's Ureste. Sure-handed shortstop for the Admirals. Here's Yalier Peguero. First pitch is a one hopper to third. Fornacci to first, 2 away.
Batting third for your Pacifics, sponsored
5
by
pitches
Subaru.
thrown in total here in the bottom of the first.
Axel Johnson.
And already 2 away. Here's Axel Johnson. August 16th, 2019, everybody. The final game, our final telecast on Marin TV this year. And it's just been another great year. Omid Shamsapur, our executive producer, and everybody at Marin TV. All of the students that are running the cameras and doing such great audio work. Axel Johnson takes a strike, low in the zone. 0-1 with 2 down here in the bottom of the first. So many people at Marin TV required to bring these telecasts to you, and somehow Omid Shamsapur and the team, well, they get it together every time we're here. A foul ball back to the screen, 0-2 with Zane Gelfman on deck. Way back in the box, crowding the plate. Johnson, the big slugger, 16 bombs, 60 RBIs, leads the league. He must protect, and he swings at a slider, and that does it. The first strikeout of the night comes in the bottom of the first for Mike Melendez and the Vallejo Admirals. As we go to the top of the second, the score remains 1-0. It'll be Chevy Clark, Ricky Gingras, and Matt Ureste for the Admirals when we come back right here on Marin TV. Chevy Clark will lead things off in the top of the second inning. A 1-0 ball game in favor of the Vallejo Admirals, who are doing everything they can to win tonight's game in order to tie the Pacifics in second place. Obviously, one game back for the visiting Admirals. We're watching just the last warm-up tosses from Justin Watland, that 4.62 ERA. Hermindo Escobar has made his way behind the dish. And there's Watland. A good view from our third base camera. And here's Chevy Clark. Top two, everybody. 1-0 Admirals. Oh, paints the inside black beautifully. One strike on Clark, batting .238. 7 home runs and 22 RBIs. And he takes low 1-1. It'll be Clark, followed by Ricky Gingras and Matt Ureste here in the top of the second inning. Clark, the lefty, takes outside, and now it's 1-2. Got him with a slider. Second strikeout of the night for Justin Watland. In the second inning, one away.
Batting seventh for the Admirals, catcher, number 31, Ricky Gingras.
Gelfman at third. Navarro at short. Yalier Peguero at second base with Jay Carp at first. Hermindo Escobar behind the plate. And the first pitch to Ricky Gingras, the ex-Pacifics catcher, is taken outside for a ball, 1-0. 168 hitting Gingras, 2 home runs, 11 driven in, and he takes his strike, and now it's 1-1. Ureste is on deck with one away here in the top of the second. Admirals come right out in a home run, and the leadoff batter, Vlad Gomez, as Gingras slashes one foul first base line. 1-2. Gomez hit the third pitch he saw, but really the first pitch that was even close to the strike zone. After Watland opened up with 2 pitches that were not close, Gomez turned on a letter-high fastball and sent it over the left field wall by a ton. Gingras takes outside, 2-2. Gingras swings at a ball that's low and in. And certainly would have been ball 3. Two curveball is popped up left field. Dempster's under it. He's got it. 2 down.
Fans, be sure and check out our beers from the Budweiser family of draft beers and wines from the Riboli family winery. You'll find them on the third base side as well as the beer stand on the first base side. And tonight, remember, it's $5 Bud Light bottles and $5 kombucha on draft. Batting eighth for the Admirals, shortstop, 54, Matt Ureste.
Matt Ureste with 2 down here in the top of the second. And he swings at something low and away and fights off the first strike. 0-1. Chris Fernacci is on deck. Ureste in the 8 hole is batting .272. A high fastball is powered into center field. And Ureste is aboard with a single. the third knock of the night.
Third baseman, number 8, Chris Fornacci.
Well, Ureste delivers. The third hit of the night. And in the 9 hole, here's Chris Fornacci. First chance he's had a look at Watland, and he lets the first pitch fly into deep center field. At the base of the wall, Montelongo's got it. No runs on one hit, as the fly ball to center field ends things here in the top of the second for the Admirals. We'll go bottom of the second inning. Zane Gelfman, Mike Annone, Corey Dempster for San Rafael. 1-0 Vallejo. We'll be right back on Marin TV. Just looking out at the pristine Albert Park and the field here at Albert Park on such a beautiful night in August. The season winding down after tonight, just 7 regular season games left before the postseason commences this year. It'll be a championship series, as whichever 2 teams make it, and we know Sonoma's one of them for sure. They've already clinched that spot mathematically. And the question would be then, which of the remaining teams between San Rafael, Vallejo, and Napa will be that team that goes into the postseason against Sonoma? Here's Zane Gelfman. First pitch swinging is a high fly ball to deep center field. To his right is Chevy Clark, and he's got it one away. One pitch to Gelfman was powered. He just got under a tiny bit. Just his third game with San Rafael. Gelfman with a fly ball to center. 1 down, and here's Mike Annone. Annone batting .304. And DHing tonight for Oscar Suarez. Melendez, the lefty, holds the hands very high and deals very high. 1-0. Corey Dempster's on deck.
7-1, 3-5-8, and 3-8-1. Come down to the middle here and get your prize.
Annone stands in 7 home runs and 23 driven in. Takes low. And it's 2-0. Annone's first look tonight at Melendez with that 5.04 ERA. Now ahead in the count by a pair, and Annone. Is Annone smelling blood? I'll let you know in a moment. No. 2-1. Little splitter just moved away from him. The left-handed batting Annone staring out at the lefty Melendez. A 1-2-3 first for Melendez. And a fastball across the knees is taken. 3-1. Ron Barnes, our home plate umpire, with Eric Thompson out in the field. Annone the hitter, Mike Melendez on the hill. Here's the 3-1. Check swing, popped him up, shallow center. To his left is Ureste. Instead, the second baseman, Tillman Pugh, comes over to take it. 2 away.
Batting 6th for your Pacifics, sponsored by Mountain Bites Pizza, the biggest pizza in Marin County. Left fielder, number 11, Corey Dempster.
Corey Dempster batting for San Rafael, batting .264 with 13 bombs. 51 driven in. San Rafael at 31-25 against Vallejo at 30-26. San Rafael in second place by just 1 game over this group of Admirals. With 2 down, Dempster stands in. Righty on lefty, popped him up. Ureste gives way to Tillman Pugh at second, and Pugh's able to make an acrobatic grab. Well, 6 up and 6 down for Mike Melendez, as Tillman Pugh takes credit for 2 of the 3 outs here in the second inning. 2 complete. It's 1-0 Vallejo. Coming up in the top of the third, it'll be the top of the order. Vlad Gomez, Okoye Dixon, and Nick Aiken Sr. right here on Marin TV. It's the top of the third inning, everybody, in the top of the order for the Admirals. And we have a special guest, our first guest of the evening. There's Cammie. Look, she's on TV. See, Cammie, you're on. How's it going, Cammie?
Good.
Good? You having a fun time in the Pacifics game?
Yeah.
Is this your first Pacifics game?
Yes.
Your very first game. All right. Well, it's a good night to come out. You out here with your dad? You out here with your dad tonight? Okay, good. All right. It's the top of the third inning, and Cammie's our guest here on Marin TV tonight, everybody. Don't be nervous. This is all about having fun, huh? Have you ever been on TV before?
Nope.
No. Okay. Gomez stands in and takes a strike to open things up in the top of the third inning. Gomez is the guy who came out and led off the game with a home run over the left field wall, and he swung for another home run there, but it was in the dirt. 0-2. He'll be followed by Okoye Dixon and Nick Aiken Sr. here at Albert Park. Yeah, this is the guy that hit the home run as the Pacifics trail by just 1, and he takes up and in, and now it's 1-2. Where do you go to school, Cammie?
I go to Old Mill School.
Okay, good. What grade are you in?
I'm in 4th grade.
Oh, 4th grade. Okay, good. The curveball is tapped foul. And the 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Vlad Gomez, who picked up his 6th home run back in the first and his 37th RBI. Do you like baseball? Do you like to play baseball?
I don't play,
Okay.
but I like watching.
Yeah, I do too. I don't play either. The next pitch from Justin Watland with that 4.62 ERA is a curveball in the dirt, swung on and missed. But it got away momentarily from Hermindo Escobar, who throws it down to first to complete the strikeout. So both ends of the spectrum for Vlad Gomez as he opens the game with a bomb over the left field wall, and now he strikes out here in the third. The third strikeout registered tonight for Justin Watland, and 1 away. Just a 1-run ball game, everybody, and Cammie's our guest here on Marin TV. She and her dad are here enjoying a Pacifics game. And did I hear your dad say you like gymnastics?
Yeah.
Are you pretty good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Don't be humble. If you're good, you're good, and you know it. What kind of gymnastics? Like floor gymnastics? Here's Dickinson. The curveball is taken away, but a called strike by our home plate umpire, Ron Barnes. So, like tumbling and stuff?
Yep.
Okay, good. Who's your coach?
Cassie.
Cassie's your coach? Fastball is taken across the knees, 1-1 to Okoye Dixon. Oh, she's here? Your coach is here? All right. Cassie, your coach is here. All right. And a looper toward third. but it got in the sun, and Gelfman couldn't come up with it. Instead, Navarro gets behind him, throws it on to first, up the line. Karp can't get it, and Dixon is aboard.
Fans, the Pacifics would like to welcome
And we'll see if they're going to register a hit
to Roger
for Okoye Dixon, or if that's an error. It got right into the sun, and Gelfman
one of our beloved
could not handle it. It bounced right in front of him, and it's still not up on the board whether or not it was a hit.
Gate Bridge. I don't know about that, but welcome to the Boy Scouts.
In fact, they register a hit for Okoye Dixon.
Admirals, designated hitter, Nick.
With one away, here is the DH, Nick Akins, Sr. 1 on and 1 down with Marshall on deck. We're in the 3rd inning. And a line drive gets down very quickly and trickles into left field. And Nick Akins is aboard on 1 pitch. The 5th hit of the night registered for the Admirals.
First baseman.
And Montreal Marshall, who's 1 for 1 on the evening, with Tillman Pugh on deck. Well, all of a sudden, with 1 down, the Admirals are threatening. The first time either squad has had a runner in scoring position, with the exception of Gomez, who led things off with a home run over the left field wall. Montreal Marshall, big, tall, lanky first baseman, batting .316, waves at a breaking ball. 0-1. 8 home runs and 28 driven in for Marshall, with 2 on. And just 1 down. Watland with the 4.62 ERA deals a curveball. This could be 2 towards short. It's booted by Navarro onto second for 1. As he was able to at least stay with it, Marshall hits into a fielder's choice. Dixon moves over to third base, and Akins gets caught on his way to second base.
Now batting for the Admirals, second baseman, Tillman Pugh.
So, Cammie, how long have you been a gymnast?
6 years.
Wait, 6 years? How old are you?
I'm 10.
Oh, you're 10. So you just started when you were a little kid.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but not like now where you're no longer a little kid. Okay, good. You must really like it.
Yes.
Okay, good. Do you have any aspirations to go on and be a pro or an Olympian or anything like that? Runners at the corners with 2 down. Think about that. Here's a first pitch curveball to Tillman Pugh, is swung on and missed. Or do you just want to do it through high school or anything beyond that, maybe? You haven't thought about it?
I just want to keep doing it.
Okay, that's a good answer. Pugh stands in behind in the count, 0-1, and takes the fastball very close. 1-1 with Chevy Clark on deck. 2 on, 2 down. Here in the top of the 3rd inning, where it remains 1-0 Vallejo. Cammie's alongside, San Rafael gymnast. I suspect San Rafael. Do you live in San Rafael? Or close by? Okay, good enough. All right. Tillman Pugh fouls one off, and now it's 1-2. All right, good. So you like the floor exercise part of gymnastics. Like, you don't do the balance beam, do you? I would think that would be very dangerous.
I do.
Oh, you do? Wow, okay. I bet that's hard. I've never tried that. I don't plan on trying it anytime soon either. I think it's too dangerous. 1-2. Popped him up first base side, now into Kirby Cove. We'll do it again. Boy, that got out of here fast.
Your one-stop shop for your
So you're having fun. This is your very first Pacifics game, right, Cammie?
Uh-huh.
Okay, good. Do you know any of the players? What brought you down tonight?
I came with my team.
Oh, your team, your gymnastics team?
Yes.
Oh, okay, so there are several gymnasts here, I guess.
Yeah.
1-2 is hammered, and Navarro grabs it from his knees. He throws on to second. And the covering Yalier Peguero is able to make it a spectacular play by Raul Navarro to end things and keep Dixon from scoring at third base. Wow, what an acrobatic play. We go bottom of the 3rd inning where the score remains 1-0 Vallejo. For San Rafael, it will be Hermindo Escobar, followed by Jay Karp and Marcus Montalongo. Want to thank Cammie for sitting in with me right here on Marin TV. You were great. All right, first television appearance by Cammie, everybody. She was super. We'll be back in just a moment right here on Marin TV. What a night here at Albert Park. Another gymnast behind Cammie. is Lydia, and she is alongside right here on Marin TV, and she's decided to join me for a half inning. We're in the bottom of the third inning where the Vallejo Admirals lead by a score of 3-1, and we just lost our monitor. There it is. Armindo Escobar is going to lead things off. Lydia is here. Now, Lydia, how old are you?
I am 15 years old.
You're 15, and Cammie was just 6, and you have been a gymnast your whole life, I suspect.
Yes, 13 years, sir.
Just call me Stu.
Stu.
You don't have to call me sir.
All right, Stu.
We're very casual here on Marin TV. First pitch to Armindo Escobar is taken upstairs, as was the second, 2-0. It came back. Thank you. It'll be Escobar followed by Jay Karp and Marcus Montalongo here in the bottom of the third. And now a called strike to Escobar. So what school are you from? Your group is here, right?
Yes.
There she is, folks. There you are on TV. That's Lydia, everybody. All right, perfect. You see how she's mugging for the camera and everything. It's like a pro. One hopper to short. On to first. In time, Escobar retired. 6-3. Here's Jay Karp. So where do you guys work out?
Mega Gymnastics. It's literally over in San Rafael over there.
Mega Gymnastics. Okay, cool. And who's your coach?
My coaches are Coach Mike and Coach Cassie. They're over there.
All right, good. Mike and Cassie are your coaches. And this whole squad is here?
Yes, we are all here.
Okay. Is it all young ladies, or are there any guys in your squad?
It's all female gymnasts.
Okay, good. Here's Jay Karp, everybody. Lydia's going to ask some questions about her specialty in gymnastics in just a moment. First pitch is popped up right field. On the run is Gomez. Toward the Pacific's bullpen, it drops. Just a dramatic strike for Karp, who's batting .327 in the 8-hole. So what's your specialty? What are you best at?
I'd say probably floor or bars.
Floor or bars. And do you compete regularly?
We compete in spring and we train all year round still.
Are you pretty good?
I'm okay. Yeah, I'm pretty good.
Okay. You're laughing because you don't want to say if you are good or not, because you don't want to sound like, right? But, yeah, don't be modest. I mean, if you're good, you know you're good. Karp back in there, 0-1, swings at a high fastball, and now it's 0-2 as it goes back to the screen. Marcus Montalongo is on deck. Karp batting .327 with 3 bombs and 12 driven in, and Lydia is here. And Lydia is a gymnast. What about the thing I asked about Cammie? All right, you guys. The thing I asked Cammie about was the balance beam. That always seems pretty sketchy to me. How is that? Is that as scary as it seems? Here's the 0-2 is taken indoors, 1-2. Tell us about the balance beam quickly.
The balance beam is a mental game, pretty much. If you get it down physically and you have the mental capacity, then you are going to be just fine.
Isn't that funny? People probably don't think much about how much mental strength it takes to be a good gymnast in general. As a chopper toward third, and somehow it lands in the glove of Fornacci on to first in time. 2 down. Jay Karp. What a great play by Fornacci. 5 to the covering 3 with Marcus Montalongo. But then, so it takes the physical attributes to be able to work on the beam, but really you have to be mentally very strong to be able to handle it.
Yes,
because it seems like it's a dangerous part of the sport.
It is. It can be dangerous, especially when you don't fully commit to your skills. But if you commit and you go all the way, then you're probably going to be fine.
All right. For all the people, young people, especially listening and want to get into gymnastics, Lydia has been doing it her whole life, and she gets it. Pop up from Montalongo to left field. Dixon at the base of the wall. He's got it. Lydia, thank you so much for coming by. It was fun having you.
Thank you.
All right, you were a great guest. That's it. 3 in the books, everybody. 1-0 Vallejo. We'll be right back on Marin TV. Top of the 4th inning, everybody. Chevy Clark makes his way to the hitting area in this 1-run ball game. First pitch swinging out onto Anderson Drive. A foul ball, and there's Marco to my right. All right, my trusty side man from a couple games ago. Marco and I have worked together extensively right here on Marin TV. Clark. Behind in the count 0-1, it'll be Clark, Gingras, and Ureste. A shout out to Shannon Arnold tonight, a Marin TV favorite, who's watching out in East San Rafael from high atop his tree. Don't ask me about that. Marco, why Shannon Arnold would be watching from high atop a tree. Keeps a TV up there. Clark batting .238, struck out swinging back in the second inning. Here we are in the top of the fourth inning. Shannon Clark is a cat. That's why he's up in the tree. Did you guess that? In the dirt with a breaking ball,
Wow.
1-1.
When
When I said Shannon was up in a tree watching tonight, what did you think I was talking about?
some old guy, crazy guy. In
Close
the
enough.
tree.
No, that's his dad. Okay. I'll probably pay for that one Sunday morning. Clark back in there. Marco's alongside. High curveball is taken. 2-1. 7 home runs for Clark with 22 driven in. Just a 1-run ball game. The only difference came in the leadoff batter, Vlad Gomez. And a big curveball. And Clark swings over the top of it. 2-2. Well, you've done this before on TV with me because you have a real interest in broadcasting. Isn't that right?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Hopefully, that's my dream job to be an announcer when I grow up, and broadcaster.
Yeah. Maybe one of these days I'll retire and you can take over for the Marin TV's coverage of the San Rafael Pacifics.
Wow, that would be amazing
Well, I don't know if it would be amazing, but
for
yeah.
me at least.
And another curveball is swung on and missed, and Clark apparently got a piece of it. Check that. Ricky Gingras swings over the top. Gingras' walk-up music played while I was not looking. Gingras now fouls one out on the Anderson drive. Behind on the count, 0-2. One down here in the top of the fourth. After that very first home run delivered to Gomez, Watlin's really settled down and now deals in the dirt.
Yes, that was a very quick home run. It was right off the bat, and it was just amazing how fast you can get behind and already be at a disadvantage.
I would agree with that completely. It all just unravels very quickly, but when it's the very first batter of the night, that's kind of like a punch in the nose that the other team didn't expect. Usually you settle down, right? Couple batters. Big curveball is swung on and missed. To Ricky Gingras, who used to be the everyday catcher for San Rafael. Played here at Albert Park for a couple of years under then-owner Eugene Lupario and Mike Shapiro and Stephanie Plant. But this year, the new ownership group, Gabe and Oscar Suarez, take over the team. And a chopper into right field gets over the outstretched glove of Jay Carp at first base. And Ricky Gingras is aboard with his first hit of the night.
Yeah, that chopper was a very tough ground ball. It was right in the zone where it's kind of too close to back up and too far, too hard hit to move forward. So it's really tough to ground those, and especially when they're bouncing like that can be a really tough play.
Yeah, you're right. Carp just couldn't stay in front of it and couldn't get a glove on it. Here's Matt Uriste in the 9-hole, a single right up the middle on the second pitch he saw. Back in the second inning, and he takes a called strike from our home plate umpire, Ron Barnes. Chris Fornacci is on deck. Marco's alongside. Yours truly, Stuart Horn, in the fourth. One man on, one man down. Oh, a changeup. Floats in, and a called strike to Ureste, and that was a beauty. Nobody in the place expected it. And Watlin delivered at the moment that he needed to. Ureste batting .272 with 8 home runs. And he came back with a high breaking ball. 1-2. 28 RBIs for Ureste, and he's got Gingras, the runner, at first base. Not especially speedy, Gingras. So if he's going to get him in, he's going to have to do something spectacular. Another breaking ball away is 2-2. Where do you go to school, Marco?
I'm just about to start my freshman year at Terra Linda High School.
All right. The home of the Trojans. Well, maybe you'll get in some broadcasting work there. You guys have a radio station over there?
I'm not sure yet.
All right. Fouled out onto Anderson Drive. Because I know the sports department is huge over there, and seems like they could use a guy who's enthusiastic about broadcasting. That's how I got started in the whole thing.
Yeah, the sports department is definitely big. I've already started with cross country, and there's thousands of sports out there.
Ureste fights one off out onto Anderson Drive again. And the count remains 2-2. 2, 4, 6, 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up with Fornacci on deck. Ureste 1 for 1 on the night. And another foul ball as he slashes it back to the screen. Got him with a breaking ball right off the tip of the bat. Escobar's able to hold on to it. And the 5th strikeout of the night comes to Matt Ureste.
That breaking ball has been working really well. He's gone to it a lot, and it's really paid off. The amount of swings and misses he's gotten off that pitch.
Well, an 8-pitch battle ends up having been won by Justin Watland, the Pacific's right-hander.
She makes all her own clothes. So
Just 1-0, thanks to the home run that led off the game by Vlad Gomez. His 6th home run of the season.
$5 Bud Lights.
As the Admirals are doing everything they can, Marco, as you know, to win this game and thus tie their way into the 2nd place slot, tied with San Rafael. First pitch to Fornacci, a ground ball. Too short, Navarro underhands it to the covering Peguero at second base. And that's how we go. On 1 hit, no runs, we go bottom 4. It will be Raul Navarro, followed by Yalier Peguero and Axel Johnson. Bottom 4 coming up 1-0 in favor of the Admirals on Marin TV.
Navarro.
Top of the order here in the bottom of the 4th. Raul Navarro is leading things off for San Rafael.
Hello, some applause, fans. Raul can be a little shy at times.
Navarro batting .362 is making his way to the hitting area. It's a huge crowd tonight. Friday night baseball, downtown Santa Fe in mid-August. Really couldn't be better. Excellent weather. Just the slightest breeze, enough to keep it cool, but it's far from being cold. It was 77 degrees at first pitch. Navarro, a line drive to Matt Ureste at short back in the first. First pitch swinging, he reaches for a fastball, then pops it into right field. Vlad Gomez is there, 1 away.
And that ball was skied. You could see the right fielder just walking. He didn't even have to run. He just had to run the last couple feet. He was walking for a couple seconds, which tells you how high that ball was. It was truly a major league pop-up.
When it's a mile high, you're right. It qualifies as a major league fly ball. Yalier Peguero now takes a strike. 0 for 1 on the night, a ground ball to Chris Fornacci at third back in the first inning. Axel Johnson is on deck. We're in the bottom of the 4th. 1-run ball game in favor of the Admirals. A curveball that bounces off the plate is swung on a miss.
Sam, Jason, Katie, Season, and Charlotte to the third base.
Pacific's no runs, no hits tonight. 1 run on 6 hits for the visiting Admirals. So I guess the good news there is while the Admirals have been hitting the ball well, they haven't been able to get them around much, with the exception of Vlad Gomez and the home run to lead off the game.
Emery, Sam, Jason, Katie, Season, and Charlotte.
1 ball and 2 strikes now to Yalier Peguero, batting .305 with 4 home runs and 22 driven in.
The Pacifics has got to get something started if they want chances this game.
Cued foul, third base line, agreed. They need to get a little magic.
All right, 2 unclaimed
At least a
tickets.
hit. That would do.
290.
Let's just start with a hit. Yeah, let's not go crazy.
523.
Yeah.
Just one base knock to change the entire complexion of the game. I totally agree with you. We'll
That
go
could-
with it from there. Well, you know what you said made sense. Peguero stands in. And he popped him up, and it's foul. Right off the top of the grandstand. And the sixth pitch of the at-bat coming up to Peguero.
And he threw the bat, and luckily it hit a fence, but luckily no one was hurt, but it was close.
Well, they're going to bring out
Nice from Nick Akins.
They're going to bring out a little bit of pine tar or something so that he won't lose his grip this time. It's hard to hold on to the bat when you go after the high, hard one.
Yeah, swinging how fast they do, it can be hard not to let go.
Okay. Peguero's in there. 1-2. One down. High breaking ball is taken 2-2. Johnson on deck. Mike Melendez, the lefty, on the hill for the Admirals. Good look, and he grounded it foul third base line. Peguero right off the end of the bat. Not quite a cue, but just out off the last half inch of the bat. Eighth pitch coming up. Big duel between Peguero, the hitter, and Melendez, the pitcher. Breaking ball popped him up first base side. Montreal Marshall into foul ground. He's got it, 2 down.
Yes, Montrez Marshall, who
Now back
a
for
couple
number
innings
6.
ago, he almost made a Willie Mays style catch, amazing, but just missed him by a few feet. It complete with the hat falling off and ready for the basket style catch. So close.
Yeah, that was the play that Marshall ran into the Pacific's bullpen. And the bullpen didn't scatter in time. And I think he could hear the bullpen, and he was looking up at the ball, and infielders oftentimes miss the ball in those circumstances. And the guys in the bullpen are doing everything they can to distract him. Here's Axel Johnson. Struck out to end things in the first. Takes upstairs. 1-0. Zane Gelfman is on deck. 2 down here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Tonight is the final broadcast for the 2019 Pacifics campaign here on Marin TV. Final telecast, I should say. Of course, all games are live on radio as Marshall chases a pop-up foul first base line, but out of play. 1-1. Johnson leading the league with 60 RBIs. And he's a pretty good base runner, too. Pretty quick. I would just like to see the Pacifics get him on base. Pacifics could use a base runner. Almost halfway through the game, and they've not gotten anybody as far as first base. In this must-win game, he squares the bunt and takes up top. 2-1. 16 home runs for Axel, the right fielder. Dixon in left with Chevy Clark in center and Vlad Gomez over in right field. Johnson stands in and he takes low and away. And now it's 3-1. Johnson 0 for 1 on the night. Is batting a cool .299. Lefty on lefty. You can see Matt Ureste in the foreground of your picture there. Number 54 is Ureste.
It looks like they've got a shift on with second base playing well in between second and first.
Johnson fouls back to the screen, and that makes it 3-2. First Pacific's batter tonight to run the count full. And as my partner Marco mentioned, the Big Johnson shift is on. Almost as severe as the old Barry Bonds shift, where the opposing shortstops would move to the first base side of the second base bag. Not quite that severe, but Ureste is almost dead behind the second base bag. And he takes in the dirt and he walked him. Pacifics have their first base runner of the night. I am happy to report, fans.
Now batting for your
And in just his third game with the Pacifics, here's Zane Gelfman.
Yeah, the Pacifics needed that base runner. It can be a real boost to momentum to have something for the first time in a game, and especially so late when you haven't had the base runners that you needed. It can be a big lift.
Gelfman, 1 for 9 as a Pacific. "17 home runs as when he was with Salina up until just earlier this week when he was traded to San Rafael. And he cues it foul first base line. With 2 down, and Axel Johnson, the runner at first base, being held on very closely by Montrell Marshall. Mike Annone is on deck. Gelfman. And he rips it into right field, a base hit, and that's going to move Axel Johnson all the way over to third base. The throw to third, a strong one by Vlad Gomez, is not in time. And the throw all the way to third allowed Zane Gelfman to move to second base. So a double for Gelfman to right field. Johnson stops at third, and here's Mike Annone in the 5-hole.
That throw was a laser throw by Vlad Gomez. It was right on the money, and real fast, real sharp. It was really good. That hit, there was nothing Montrez Marshall could do. Holding the runner at the bag, he was out of position. Didn't have enough time to react to get that.
Annone, who's 0 for 1 tonight, has 2 on and 2 down. As Axel Johnson is taking an insulting lead from third base as no one is holding him on. Fornacci is 30 feet from the bag. So Johnson will move down a long way. And Melendez stepped off, and now he's ready to go as he deals to Annone a fastball up top. 1-0. Corey Dempster is on deck. Annone, the lefty, batting .304 with 7 home runs and 23 driven in. Has a chance to pick up a couple more RBIs right here with 2 runners in scoring position. A chopper first base line over the head of Phil Martino in the first base coach's box. It ends up in the Pacific's bullpen, and it's 1-1. Annone with that .304, who stands in at this point against Melendez. Pretty good bet that he's going to tie the game here. For us hopeful Pacifics fans, here's the 1-1. In the dirt, a good take, a good backhand by Ricky Gingras to keep Axel Johnson at third base. 2-1. Johnson at third, Gelfman at second. Mike Annone with 2 down. Stands in ahead in the count, 2-1. In the bottom of the 4th inning, it's a 1-run ball game, but all of that could change right now with a simple base knock. Can Annone deliver? Melendez deals low, 3-1. Well, Melendez has not been close. And he's either going to give Annone something with which to work, but he's not established any kind of command. High fly ball, right field. Gomez looks up. Gone! A home run by Annone! 3-1!
And that completely changes the tides of this game. Mike Annone with a monster home run to right field. That was amazing.
Mike Annone, a laser beam over the right field wall. Scores Johnson, scores Gelfman.
You can see in the Pacific's dugout the confidence they have is unseen in this game so far, and with that's a huge lift that could take you all the way to a win.
Mike Annone picks up his 8th home run and his 24th and 25th RBIs. Woo! That was a no-doubter. Vlad Gomez took a quick peek and then stopped running toward the wall as he knew that Annone had left the house. Here's Corey Dempster. Annone powers a 3-1 fastball over the right field wall. And that may have been all the way over Albert Park Lane and beyond, way beyond. Dempster ahead in the count 1-0. A 3-1 ball game.
On the season for Mike Annone, home run number 8, RBIs 24, 25, and 26.
For our Marin TV producers, it's 3-1 on our scoreboard on TV, and a line shot into left field. That gets down for a base hit. Dempster takes a big turnaround first as the throw comes in from Okoye Dixon in left field.
As a Vallejo player, that's got to shatter your hopes here. With 2 outs, they've scored 3 runs and already have a runner on first. And it was amazing how quick that happened. You gotta, as a baseball player, you gotta make sure you, when things are tense, and you take time to make sure you make the right pitch and make sure you make the right move, because everything counts when runners are on base.
Well, that's very well said. And up until Mike Melendez walked Axel Johnson to start that 3-player rally. Well, really, it's a 4-player rally because Dempster just followed up the home run with a bomb, and now they've got Dempster caught in a pickle between first and second. The throw back and forth. Tillman Pugh throws it back to first, and Dempster is tagged out as Melendez is able to throw behind Dempster, caught stealing for the 3rd out. Well, the Pacific score 3 on a couple of base hits and the home run, most importantly by Mike Annone. 4 in the books. 3-1 San Rafael, top of the 5th, coming up right here on Marin TV. Well, here comes Vlad Gomez for the 3rd time tonight. Gomez led off the game with a bomb over the left field wall. And that's exactly how it stayed until the Pacifics came alive in the bottom of the 4th. We're top 5 now, everybody. 3-1 San Rafael after Annone powers a home run. A 3-run shot over the right field wall. And the first pitch to Vlad Gomez is a called strike. Dixon on deck, followed by Akins. Gomez batting .275, hit his 6th home run to lead off the game. And he swings at a breaking ball. Behind in the count, 0-2. Pacifics have done a good job this season of keeping Gomez off of the base paths, as a check swing gets by Hermindo Escobar. But it's called a ball, 1-2. Luckily for San Rafael, had that been called strike 3, Gomez would have been on first base. He almost stole first base when he struck out back in the 3rd. Watland, the big right-hander, big curveball! And it's a little high in the zone. And boy, that was close, 2-2. Oh, for a second there, Marco, I thought he was going to get rung up.
That was close. Just an inch high.
5 strikeouts for Watland tonight. High chopper toward Navarro. Off balance throw, got him. One down. Great play there by the Pacific shortstop, Raul Navarro. Absolutely masterful over there at short this season. Just 7 games to go after tonight. though this is our very last telecast on Marin TV for 2019.
So if you've got first responders in your family, in your neighborhood,
And Omid Shamsapur and a group of camera people and audio people and production people have done just superb work this
now
year.
batting for the Admirals, number 4,
This our 5th
Okoye
season
Dixon.
of Pacific's Baseball on Marin TV. And word has it that as a special surprise that at some point tonight, very late in the game, Omid Shamsapur himself will be sitting here where Marco is sitting to my right to close out the season with me. I hope that all happens. Dixon in there, behind in the count, 0-1, with Nick Akins on deck. There's Justin Watland upstairs to Okoye Dixon, who's batting .370 coming into tonight's action. 1 for 2 on the night, stranded at third base in the third. Even in the count, 1-1 with just one down. And he takes outside Black, and everybody knew it. Right across the knees, a superb, unhittable pitch by Watland. 1-2. 6 home runs and 18 driven in. And a chopper foul third base line. 5th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Dixon, who's one of those guys who seems bigger and badder than most of the guys in the league. Batting .370. That goes along with being bigger and badder. And a guy who seems primed to move up into affiliated ball as this bounces off the front of the plate right into the glove of Armindo Escobar. 2-2. And Dixon next to Armindo Escobar, he makes Escobar look like a normal-sized human. And Escobar is a great big dude. This is fouled out onto Anderson Drive. And the 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Okoye Dixon. But as you can see, when we show Dixon again, next to Escobar the catcher, he's just much bigger as the foul ball came back and hit Dixon. He's going to go out and pick the ball up.
Yeah, that's got to hurt. Straight from the bat into your knee. That's got to hurt.
Lots of the players wear the protective apparatus on the lead ankle, just like Barry Bonds used to do. It's the second Barry Bonds reference tonight. And going back. And Bonds used to wear it on the elbow and his ankle and the top of his foot. And I think that last pitch caught Dixon on his lead foot. That would be his left ankle. And I think you're right, Marco. That's got to hurt.
Yeah, a ball that just came off the bat, possibly at 100 miles an hour, going straight into your ankle.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it were even faster than that. Sometimes they leave the bat at 120 plus when they hit a really long fly ball. Who knows how fast the foul balls go? Dixon stands in 2-2. Here comes Watland. Popped him up. Home run distance, but just foul. He just hooked it out of here, and it bounces on Anderson Drive about 40 feet in the air.
Yeah, just hooked a curveball, but it was just foul. It was very close.
8th pitch coming up. Dixon in a big battle against Justin Watland with that 4.62 ERA. This game about an hour and 20 minutes old. And we're already in the top of the 5th. It's a 3-1 affair. Pacific's put up 3 runs and 3 hits in the last half inning, giving Watland new life. The only run scored by Vallejo was that opening bomb by Vlad Gomez. Upstairs, it's full. So Dixon coming into tonight, batting .370. That's gone up just a tick after a single back in the third. Oh, and the curveball is left up. Very close, but Dixon is walked. not a threat to steal. He's stolen one bag tonight. Not tonight, but on the season. Dixon's stolen only once
13, Nick Aiken.
in one attempt. So here's Nick Akins with one down. 5 strikeouts registered by Watland. And he could use one right here with one down. Akins Sr., who's the DH and is just always tough on San Rafael, takes a high strike.
Strikeout or a double play here would be key, and that would help the Pacifics really go into the bottom of the 5th, really roll in, and get some more runs.
19 home runs for Nick Akins Sr., and he fouls it back. And quickly behind in the count 0-2.
And I think he fouled it off his ankle again there.
Yeah, you may be right. Akins back in there quickly. 0-2, leading the league with home runs. He has 19 of them. Marshall is on deck. Fastball is swung on and missed. And Akins stands in the box for an extended period of time, but as if he didn't realize he had just struck out. 2 down. And the 6th K of the night for Justin Watland.
Yeah, it can be really hard to lay off the high fastballs. They can look really appealing.
Number 20, Graylin Durkee.
So Graylin Durkee is batting in place of Montrell Marshall. And I'm not sure why Marshall is out of the game, but here's Durkee in his place. And perhaps we can find out. Graylin Durkee. Let me write that in here. All right. And I guess he'll be playing first base when we see Vallejo on defense. Durkee in place of Marshall in the 4-hole. Well, that is interesting. Tillman Pugh is on deck. And maybe Marco, between innings, can find out what happened to Montrell Marshall.
Yeah, he looked like he was doing good. The only thing I could think of was maybe an injury or something.
So Durkee's back in there after fouling off the first pitch. 2 down, and he's got Okoye Dixon at first base. Well, slider drops out of the zone at the last moment, taking 1-1. The 4-hole hitter, Graylin Durkee, is in there. Watland bounces in a breaking ball and throws it about 53 feet. And considering it's 60 feet 6 inches to the plate, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that one bounced in if you didn't see it.
Yeah, it was a 55-footer.
There you go. 2-1. Up and away. He wasn't going to throw that one in the dirt. Durkee's ahead in the count now with 2 down. A 3-1 ball game. 1 run on 6 hits for the Admirals. Pacifics, 3 runs on just 3 hits. And a foul ball out on the Anderson drive. Runs parallel to the third base line here at Albert Park. The difference tonight, the big bomb by Annone. Back in the 4th, over the right field wall. And I mean, it was way over the right field wall. Curve ball got him.
All right, fans,
The
let's
7th strikeout of the night,
How about
registered
some
for
Lions
Watland, ends things in the top of the 5th. Coming up for Vallejo, check it. Coming up for San Rafael in the bottom of the inning will be Hermindo Escobar, Jay Karp, and Marcus Montalongo. 3-1 when we come back right here on Marin TV. Welcome back to Albert Park, everybody.
Nice job, fans. Nice job.
Another night of Pacifics Baseball, our final telecast on Marin TV for 2019. Happy you're with us. Great game so far, 3-1 San Rafael. Hermindo Escobar in the bottom of the 5th. And he takes low and away. That's how we get things started. Escobar, 0 for 1 on the night with a ground ball to Matt Ureste at shortstop. Back in the third inning. Bottom 5 currently. Things cooling off very quickly. Upstairs, 2-0. Escobar, the everyday catcher for Oscar Suarez. And the San Rafael Pacifics is hitting .340. Leading the team, Escobar in the 7-hole with 7 long ones and 30 RBIs. Pretty good base runner, too. Oh, and he takes something up top. 3-0. Laid off it wisely. Jake Karp is on deck. Tonight, Karp's 13th game with the San Rafaels. And a 4-pitch walk to Hermindo Escobar. And here's Karp.
That's something you don't want to do at the beginning of an inning, is have a 4-pitch walk. It doesn't set a good standard for the inning.
Well, Mike Melendez, the left-hander for Vallejo, is going to have his hands full with Escobar over there at first base. He's 6 for 9 stealing. And for a catcher, that's pretty impressive. Catcher's not normally known for their prolific base running. Karp stands in, lefty on righty. Taken low, 1-0. 5 balls in a row delivered to open up the bottom of the 5th inning by Mike Melendez with that 5.04 ERA. Marcus Montelongo is on deck. Escobar, the runner at first. Karp batting .327. And there's a fastball. And I think Melendez was just looking to pour one in. After 5 consecutive no strikes. Just to let Ron Barnes, our home plate umpire, know. Yeah, I can still find the strike zone if I need to. Popped him up. Left field side. Dixon gives way to Ureste. Oh, and he muffed it! Ureste right off the end of the glove, and Ureste comes up with it, throws to second base. Escobar had already started back toward first because there was no way in the world Matt Ureste was going to drop the ball.
Yeah, it looked like it just grazed the edge of his glove and bounced off. And
he just absolutely missed it. A play that he makes greater than 99% of the time. Couldn't be greater than 100% of the time, but almost.
Yeah, and that's a tough break for Escobar.
It really is. Escobar needed to be further off the bag, but he just could not possibly anticipate that Ureste was going to miss such an easy play. Had Escobar been more prepared, further off the bag, as he's been taught, he would have made it into second easily because the ball bounced away from Ureste by about 15 feet. He had to run after it and get it, and he still had to play at second base. So Karp, the runner at first. Here's Marcus Montelongo, who takes upstairs 1-0. The first error of the game. Well, they don't give him an error because he was able to make the play at second base. But it was certainly an error of sorts, as the play officially on Escobar is 6 to the covering 4. And there's a shot up the middle, backhanded by Pugh at second onto first. No double play. It gets by Montreal Marshall at first. And on the play, Montelongo is able to get to second base on the overthrow. So Karp is out at second base, 4-6. Montelongo reaches on a fielder's choice, and then second base on the overthrow at first.
Yes, unfortunately the throw was in the dirt, and that was a hard play to make for first base. And it's one of those plays where you make.
Montreal Marshall is the first baseman.
They did switch him out though.
You are absolutely right, as he was taken out by Graylin Durkee. My mistake. Good job. Graylin Durkee. Let's make note of that. Okay. So Marshall's out. Did we ever find out what happened to Marshall?
No.
Oh.
It's a mystery so far.
All right.
And it doesn't look like he's in the dugout from what I can see.
Yeah, you can usually see him over everybody else because he's a foot taller than everybody.
And he also had the very characteristically like dark gray pants.
Yeah.
Much darker than everyone else.
Yeah, I don't see him over there either. As a mound visit results in Mike Melendez staying in. And we'll see what happens. Raul Navarro is the scheduled next batter. And it looks like Melendez is out, and they're going to bring in a new pitcher for Vallejo. So, Marco, I need you to go on assignment at this time, find out who the new pitcher is, and if you could get his line, and find out what happened to Montreal Marshall. All right, everybody, we're going to take a quick break right here on Marin TV. We'll be right back. Well, the new pitcher for Vallejo is Matt Tarones with a 5.28 ERA. Big, tall left-hander. Will be facing Raul Navarro. So Tarones has his hands full in relief of Mike Melendez. Melendez officially gives up 3 runs and 3 hits. All of them earned. Tarones with that 5.28. Tall lefty deals upstairs to Raul Navarro, who's 0 for 2 on the night. 1-0. Peguero on deck.
That's an intimidating first pitch there. High pitch.
Yeah.
It's a good pitch to start off with.
Singing the song, little chin music to Navarro, who takes indoors now 2-0. Top of the order, Navarro batting .362. Hasn't had a chance to stretch out his legs tonight. Once you get him on base. Boy, he is tough on the defense. Fly ball, line drive into left field, and that gets past Dixon. And a run will score. Raul Navarro with a stand-up double. And RBI bringing in Montalongo.
And it looked like that ball was about 2 feet in front of Dixon and just a bit low. It's perfect placement by Navarro.
So the 4th hit of the night, check it, the 5th hit of the night for the Pacifics, thanks to Raul Navarro. And the score is 4-1. Here's Yalier Peguero, who is 0 for 2 on the night.
And the Pacific's a very efficient 4 runs to 5 hits. And now the scoreboard's saying 4 hits.
Yeah, that's how I had it. They were giving the hit on the fielder's choice to Montalongo, who scored on the play.
So 4 runs on 4 hits for the Pacifics and 1 run on 6 hits for Vallejo.
Navarro picks up his 34th RBI.
On the season, that double by Raul Navarro, his 17th.
And that's his 17th two-bagger.
34th.
And it's his 34th RBI for Navarro. Good job. Good job by Navarro.
Peguero behind in the count, 0-2. But Navarro over there at second base has 29 stolen bags out of 38 tries, and he's taking just an audacious lead. Nobody holding him on whatsoever. Curve ball in the dirt bounces off the chest protector of Ricky Gingras.
That can be very dangerous, putting a person from second to third. That can really they can turn a single from a play on the corners to a run-scoring single, and that can make a big difference from second to third.
Axel Johnson on deck. Yalier Peguero, the hitter. 2 down with Raul Navarro at second base. And he swings at a curveball in the dirt.
For your Pacifics, 1 run, 1 hit,
And
one left,
Peguero
one
swings
left.
for strike 3.
All right,
Well,
fans, pull out those raffle
that's a rough way to end it after the Pacifics really had something nice going. Tillman Pugh, Chevy Clark, and Ricky Gingras will be coming up in the top of the 6th inning in a 4-1 ball game in favor of the home team. We'll have it for you when we come back right here on Marin TV. Welcome back to Marin TV, everybody. Well, the Pacifics have really turned things around. 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, and here they are in the top of the 6th inning with a 4-1 lead. Watlin's still out on the hill for San Rafael. Tillman Pugh's going to get things started for the Admirals. Pugh fouls at first base side, and it's 1-1. 0 for 2 on the night. He'll be followed by Chevy Clark and Ricky Gingras. A game that's speeding along pretty quickly so far. The big right-hander Watlin kicks and deals, and it's low and away. 2-1 to Tillman Pugh, who's batting .256 on the season. And he swings through a slider 2-2. Just a beautiful bit of pitching by Justin Watlin with that 4.62 ERA. Mike Melendez started off for the Admirals on the hill, and the Pacifics got to him quickly with 3 runs in the 4th and another in the 5th, and that was the end of it. Full count to Tillman Pugh. Curveball is fisted up the middle, and that falls for a base hit. That runs all the way to the wall in right center field and bounces away from Marcus Montalongo. Digging for 3 is Pugh. Here's the throw. No, not anywhere close to being in time. In fact, the cutoff man held on to it. Yelier Peguero, the second baseman, ran out, took the cutoff. But Pugh was all the way into third base with a stand-up triple. And there's some question as to whether or not he could have scored an inside-the-park home run. But if you ask yours truly, I would have said there's no question he would have made it easily. It would have required an absolutely perfect throw from shallow center field by Peguero to get Pugh at home. But he held up at third base to allow perhaps Chevy Clark to knock him in. A 4-1 ball game as a pitch in the dirt bounces off the chest protector of Hermindo Escobar. Escobar is able to stay in front of it, and Tillman Pugh has to stay put at third base. Clark ahead in the count, 1-0.
3-7-2. You're the only one that's not coming in. We're waiting for you down here. 3-7-2.
Clark batting .238. Has struck out twice tonight. He doesn't strike out this time. A hard line drive on a hop to second base. Peguero stays in front of it. Chevy Clark with an RBI. And now it's 4-2.
Now batting for the Admirals, 31, Ricky Gingras.
Great defensive work by Peguero, who stayed right in front of it, let it bounce off his chest. It took a weird hop, but he was able to stay with it. Clark picks up his 23rd RBI of the season. Now here's a 5-hopper over to Peguero at second. 2 down. A little more manageable there for Peguero. Just had to wait for it. 2 down, Matt Ureste, the hitter. Well, Tillman Pugh led things off here in the top of the 6th with a triple that just stayed in the air forever and then took a
Now batting for the Admirals, 54, Matt Ureste.
ping-pong-styled pinball bounce off of the wall out in right center. and almost allowed him to score an inside the park home run. But as it turns out, he stopped at third wisely, and then Chevy Clark knocked him in. Ureste swings at a breaking ball. Ureste batting .272 is 1 for 2 on the night in the dirt. (4-1) San Rafael. Pacifics burst into action in the fourth. 2 balls and 1 strike to Matt Ureste. Here it is. Chopper to second, Peguero on the short hop. And all 3 outs here in the 6th are courtesy of our second baseman, Yalier Peguero. Well, that leaves Fornacci on deck, and we go bottom 6. San Rafael will be sending the 3-4-5 hitters in Johnson, Gelfman, unknown. Coming up next, right here on Marin TV. 2019 San Rafael Pacifics Baseball, right here on Marin TV. Axel Johnson, the hitter. Johnson with a walk in his last at-bat. And a run scored on the home run by Mike Annone. Johnson at .299 lefty. With a league-leading 60 RBIs. And he takes a strike right across the letters. Never going to see a better pitch, Axel. Matt Terrones back out on the hill. And he deals, and quickly Johnson is behind in the count. 0-2. And struck him out swinging on 3 pitches. And Johnson, for the second time tonight, Ks. 1 away.
Now batting for your Pacifics, number 10. You guessed it. The new guy, Zane Gelfman.
Only the second strikeout tonight for Admiral pitching. And the first for Terrones, who came in relief of Mike Melendez back in the 5th. Here's Zane Gelfman. Gelfman in just his 3rd game as a Pacific, who came over from Salina Stockade. Is 1 for 2 on the night with a run scored and a double. A double to right back in the 4th inning. He takes in the dirt. And now he takes inside 2-0. Well, the man who's done the bulk of the damage tonight in favor of San Rafael is Mike Annone, and he's on deck. Gelfman with that double scored on the Annone bomb back in the 4th. And he skies it up. A mile in the air and out of play, and everybody's okay, 2-1. Boy, when these guys hit a high foul ball and out of play that gets up above the lights, it can sometimes be frightening because you don't know where it's coming down because it's out of the lights. 2-hopper past third. Fornacci can't get it. Gelfman's aboard with a single to get things going for the Pacifics here in the 6th. 1 on and 1 down. Here he is, folks. Mike Annone.
For your Pacifics, 21, Mike Annone.
5th hit for San Rafael, thanks to Zane Gelfman. He just roped it past Fornacci, who was diving at third base. Fornacci way off the bag at third in anticipation of Annone pulling the ball. Well, last time up, Annone pulled one over the right field wall. And he takes low and away. He pulled it way over the wall. And that was off of Mike Melendez. In that 3-run fourth inning, all three attributed to this guy, Mike Annone. Half-hearted check swing makes it 1-1. Annone with his 8th home run. That put the Pacifics up and his 25th RBI. Batting .304 coming into tonight's action. He takes something off speed away, and now it's 2-1. This is our final telecast on Marin TV for this season, everybody. And it's just been a great year for Pacifics Television. A fastball is swung on and missed. 2-2. And Marin TV, 5 years of Pacifics baseball live from Albert Park. The guys are out here. Today it got up to over 90 degrees, well over 90 in fact. Setting up all of the equipment to bring you tonight's telecast. Chopper to second. Oh, and it pops over the head of Tillman Pugh. Pugh could not catch up to the wild hop. And Mike Annone is aboard. Pugh never touched it. He had a line on it. He was right in front of it, and it took an Albert Park hop right off of the bead of the grass at the edge of the base path.
Number 11, Corey Dempster.
2 on and 1 down. And here's Corey Dempster, everybody. Dempster caught between first and second to end things back in the 4th inning. Gelfman moves over to second base on the play. Annone gets his second hit of the night. Right over the head of Tillman Pugh. Dempster takes in the dirt, 1-0. Hermindo Escobar is on deck. Dempster from the right side. Officially 1 for 2 on the night. 2 on and 1 down. Pacific's threatening for more. 4-2 ball game. Dempster batting .264, takes low. 2-0. Dixon, the left fielder, plays way off the line. In fact, he's closer to center field than he is left field. Clark in center, plays straight away, and Gomez in right. Terrones out of the stretch. And Corey Dempster with a Herculean hack at a 2-0 fastball. And now it's 2-1. Hermindo Escobar is on deck. Just 1 away. Here in the Pacific's half of the 6th. 13 home runs and 51 RBIs for Dempster. And he takes in the dirt, 3-1. "13 long ones for Dempster. Be a good time to put up number 14 right now. Terrones comes home. A fastball, and that gets by Dempster, and now they're full with 1 away. And here comes the Pacific slugger, Hermindo Escobar.
Now batting for your Pacifics, sponsored by Soul Food. Number 7, it's Poppy Hermindo Escobar.
Escobar on the night, officially 0 for 1. He walked back in the 5th, a ground ball in the 3rd. Here we are in the bottom of the 6th.
Hey kids, at your next
Escobar batting .340.
Health Kids Zone, right on the field. You can play catch with the players starting 1 hour before the first pitch. Marin Health is the North Bay's gateway to comprehensive.
And now a mound visit, and we'll see if Taronas is going to hang around and get a chance to see Escobar, and I doubt it, and he won't.
An exceptional hospital.
So Taronas is gone,
Center.
and a new pitcher will face Hermindo Escobar when we come back right here on Marin TV. A quick break, everybody. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to Marin TV. We have a new pitcher.
Number 40, Peter Reyes.
Peter Reyes is on the hill for the Admirals in this 4-2 ballgame. Connor Wackerman, the assistant GM for the Pacifics, is joining us here on Marin TV for a couple of outs. Hitting is Hermindo Escobar. And we are ready to get things back underway. Now, do you know anything about the new pitcher, Connor? Up on the mic.
I do not know anything about the new pitcher. He's a newer guy from Vallejo. I don't think he's been on the team all year, so it's definitely new to see him out there because I haven't seen him all summer like I have a lot of these other pitchers on Vallejo.
Escobar stands in 1-0 against Peter Reyes, the right-hander, and he chops it foul third base side. And now it's 1-1. So you're the assistant GM, the first year, the new ownership group, and everything else. And I met you last January when you guys, literally the day you got into town, I met you, and you started to assemble the new team. And here we are, and the Pacifics are in second place. You guys got to be pretty happy with the production.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah, we're very happy. And, I mean, like you said, you were the first one we met when we came in, and I did not know anything about San Rafael or anything. I came from Missouri, and it was just a culture shock kind of just being out here in California and living the everyday life here in California.
I hope you like it. Hermindo Escobar ahead in the count, 2-1, and Connor Wackerman, the assistant GM for the club. Now, really, while Gabe and Oscar get all the glory, really you're the man behind everything that does all the work. Isn't that right? 2-1 to Escobar, who fouls it.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. It's I mean, it was a tough job coming in here, and then they were coming in and out, kind of helping out. They had other things to do in Arizona still, so it was kind of me from the ground up, and I was just reaching out to sponsorships for the few months and just trying to get it up and off the ground because we really just came in blindly, didn't know who was the previous sponsors or anything really.
Seems like you guys have done a good job. It's a packed house here tonight. Escobar in there 2-2, who's 0 for 1 on the night officially with a walk back in the 5th inning, and he takes low, and now it's full. Yeah, Escobar batting .340 on the season, has 7 bombs and 30 driven in. He's got the bags jammed with 1 down, and the Pacific's threatening. Jay Carp is on deck. Big moment in the game. He could really bust things open right here. The Pacific's 4 runs on 6 hits, and Vallejo 2 runs, 7 hits, and a single error on the evening. Escobar righty on righty against the new pitcher, Peter Reyes, who's just come into the game. First batter he's faced, and he popped him up shallow center. In fact, it's so shallow that Tillman Pugh takes it at second base. No one can advance an unproductive pop-up out of your best hitter. That's rough, Connor.
Yeah, it's not too great. Not what you want in a situation like that, but here comes Jay Carp, and hopefully we can still take advantage of this bases-loaded opportunity.
Carp on the night. 1 for 2. Caught on his way to second base back in the 5th inning. Batting .327 with 3 home runs and 12 driven in on the season with 2 down and the bases loaded. This is a statement moment in the game. It really was for Escobar, actually, with just 1 down. But now more pressure on Jay Carp, his 13th game as a Pacific. What do you know about Carp? Where'd you get him?
I think so. Carp, I'm pretty sure came from the California Winter League. Like I said, I'm the assistant GM. I don't handle too much of the player side of things. So I first saw him when we had tryouts in May, and we brought him on board once that happened, and kind of just saw him from spring training. He's been here ever since, and I don't know too much about him until I got to know him this summer. So,
all right, 1 ball on Carp, bases loaded. Fastball is poured in by Reyes, taken 1-1. Check it 2-0 on Carp. In the 8-hole, Montelongo is on deck. Pretty exciting ball game so far. That home run by Anon, I don't know if you got a chance to see it, but it was still going up at the wall.
Yeah, I did, and it was special moment with his dad here in the stands throwing out the first pitch for tonight's game.
How about
so.
that? Here's the 2-0, and now it's 3-0. Now, you got a good hitter like Carp batting 324 or 327 on the season. So the guy can really hit. In fact, he's leading the team. No, he's third on the team. But would you let him hit here? Would you let him swing?
I'm
3-0, bases loaded?
not a coach, but I would say he'd be taken all the way here.
You're the closest we have in the booth. And he takes, and it's right across the knees. You know, I say if you're over 300, it's up to you.
Yeah.
I don't care the situation. Let him hit, right?
For
Under
sure.
300, you do what the third base coach says.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he has been hitting good this year, so.
He has 3-1 now to Carp with the bases loaded. Big moment. Reyes kicks and deals. Popped him up. Third base side, Fornacci's under it. Fornacci with the bent knees, he's able to make it. Hey, I'm glad you got to sit in here with us. Connor Wackerman, everybody, the assistant GM for the Pacifics, has sat in. And I'm glad we got you in because tonight's our final telecast of the season. Hopefully we'll see a lot more of you next season. Connor Wackerman, everybody. It's a 4-2 ball game coming up for the Admirals will be Fornacci, Vlad Gomez, Okoye, Dixon, 4-2 Marin TV. Chris Fornacci's going to lead things off. Pacifics have a new pitcher. Tevin Padola is a big right-hander who starts him off with a strike. That's how we get going here in the top of the 7th inning in a 4-2 ball game. Fornacci, Gomez, Dixon. Oh, that's a 1-2-3 punch. Fornacci batting 248 in the 9-hole. It reminds me of the first year the Pacifics were in existence, back in 2012, as he takes on the inside corner. Reminds me of 2012 when Mike Marshall, the great Dodger, was the manager of the Pacifics. And he would always make it a point to turn the lineup over with a really good hitter. And P.J. Phillips, the manager of the Admirals, obviously doing the same thing, putting Fornacci in the 9-hole with a 2-4-8. He flares the next pitch foul, by the way, way down the right field line. And it had the crowd exhaling. However, it did not land in fair territory. So just a dramatic strike makes the count 1-2. 1-2, everybody. For those of you in the broadcast booth who are keeping our graphic up to date, 1 ball and 2 strikes. It says 0-0, but that's not right. Curveball, no call. And now it's 2-2. In the top of the 7th in this 4-2 ball game. Omid Shamsapur from Marin TV will be coming on to close out tonight's final game. Across the knees, and that's indoors, and now it's full. You hear me refer to Omid every game, but maybe you haven't had a chance to see him, and the great man will be alongside to close out tonight's telecast, as this is our last night with the Pacifics this year. Foul ball flared right field side. Vlad Gomez is on deck. We're in the 7th. Dempster in left, Montalongo in center, and Axel Johnson in right. Tevin Padola on the hill, and he walks Fornacci.
Now batting for the Admirals, number 10, Vlad Gomez.
Well, here's Vlad Gomez, who's 1 for 3. But the one was a big one. He led off the evening with a home run over the left field wall. And it was a no-doubter. One of those home runs where the left fielder, in this case Corey Dempster,
Close
barely
to
motioned
Justin
toward
Watland.
the wall.
Watland goes 6 innings, gives up 2
Because
runs,
when it gets
7
out to
hits.
deep left field and it's still going up, there's no reason to try to chase it down. Foul ball first base side to Vlad Gomez, who picked up his 6th bomb in his first at-bat tonight. The leadoff batter of the game, in fact. And he takes inside Black, and I'm not sure where it missed. 1-1. Gomez danced out of the way, but it looked perfect here on our Marin TV camera, which never lies. Okoye Dixon on deck. Outside, 2-1. Gomez with 37 driven in. Outside Black, 2-2. Well, Padola, the big lanky right-hander, has thrown almost exclusively hard stuff. Runner at first, and here it is. Chopper toward third. Scooped on a hop by Gelfman. On to second in time as Fornacci went in very hard. So Vlad Gomez aboard fielder's choice officially. We'll bring up Okoye Dixon.
Now batting for the Admirals, number 4, Okoye Dixon.
Dixon batting .370 coming into tonight's action. Has 6 bombs and 18 driven in. With 1 down and Gomez at first base. One for 2 on the night with a walk. Nick Akins Sr. is on deck. That fastball is swung on and missed. 0-1. Dixon batting .370 coming into tonight's action. Totally imposing figure in the hitting area. 2 pitchers. You look in and you see a guy who's twice the size of most of the other players, and a big bender gets Dixon swinging over the top. 0-2. Can Padola put him away? It's not often that you get ahead of a guy like Okoye Dixon. 0-2. Padola with a 4.76 ERA. The right-hander stands tall on the mound, and a fastball gets him swinging. 2 down.
Now batting for the Admirals, 13, Nick Akins.
The second strikeout since Padola's entered the game. And here's Nick Akins Sr. 2 down, and Vlad Gomez, the runner at first base. Padola looks the runner back and comes home. Akins Sr. takes low, 1-0. Montrell Marshall is on deck. Akins, the 3-hole hitter, batting .259, leads the league with 19 home runs, 49 RBIs, and a chance to pick up his 50th right here. Curveball is left away, 2-0. Akins is 1 for 3 on the night with a pair of Ks. A single to left back in the third.
I'll join you after that.
Akins takes outside Black, and Hermindo Escobar with a quick pop as if he was going to snap throw down to first, but Vlad Gomez scurries back to the bag in plenty of time. It's 2-1. Marshall awaiting in the on-deck circle. Aikens batting .259, but he leads the league with bombs. A home run here ties the game outside of the curveball, 3-1. Padola likely is very aware of Aikens' prowess with the bat. And is probably thinking, I better not give him anything to hit, because if I do, he's probably going to hit it. 3-1, runner goes. Snap throw down to second base is in plenty of time, but it's up the first base line, up to second, between second and first. And Vlad Gomez has it stolen easily. His 15th stolen base on the season. The throw from Hermindo Escobar was in time, but made its way into center field. Peguero was nowhere near catching it. As the pitch was called a strike. Aikens, a full count with a runner in scoring position. Padola takes a long look, and here it is. Curveball got him!
Sorry, Bob. For the Admirals, no runs, no hits.
Padola's able to get out of it. No runs, no hits. The score remains 4-2 when we go bottom 7. Pacifics will be sending up Marcus Montelongo, Raul Navarro, and Yalier Peguero. We are going to have Omid Shamsapur right here in the telecast booth when we come back to close it out on Marin TV. We'll be right back.
Live happier, healthier lives. Be sure to check out their Marin location, located in Corte Madera.
Bottom of the 7th inning, everybody. And there he is, Omid Shamsapur, as promised, our executive producer here at Marin TV. Another great season of Pacifics baseball on Marin TV, all live from downtown Centerville at Albert Park. Yours truly, Stuart Horn. And that young man, I don't know his name, but he's a guest as well.
He's gone, yeah.
Montelongo takes a ball to get things started here in the bottom of the 7th, a 4-2 ball game. And a chopper down the first base line is right into the glove of the waiting first baseman Graylin Durkee, but apparently it came off of the glove, or pardon me, off the right ankle of Marcus Montelongo. So that's how hard it came off of his ankle, that it ran down the first base line approximately 90 miles an hour. Having hit his lead ankle, the left-handed batting Montelongo hits it right off of his lead ankle and blasts down the first base line. Omid, what does it take to run one of these things? I mean, you're the guy who's in charge of our telecast on Marin TV. And what time do you start during the day to get everything set up?
That's a great question. Yeah, so for 6:30, first pitch, we started around 12 to 1. We just get all of our equipment, all of our cameras, and all of our tripods and all the equipment that required to make the broadcast happen. But we get to the field around 2, 3 in the afternoon. Damien, my partner in crime there, myself, and a couple other colleagues, Scott. Shout out to Scott Ward. He's part of the team, and our supervisor, executive director, Michael Eisenmenger. He's the man. And the four of us basically, set everything up on the field. And then we have the students come around 5 o'clock, and those are the stars of the show. Those are the people that make this production happen. So.
Montelongo stands back in 2-1. And he takes indoors, and now it's even 2-2. Raul Navarro is on deck. Here we are in the bottom of the 7th inning in a 4-2 ball game. Pretty good night tonight. Perfect weather, no wind, huge crowd, a lot of excitement, a lot of exciting baseball. Montelongo in there, who reached on a fielder's choice in a check swing, strike 3. And that was back in the 5th. Well, now he's gone here in the 7th. A strikeout victim to Peter Reyes. And that's the first strikeout of the evening for Reyes, who came in relief for Matt Taronis back in the 6th. So Montelongo 1 away, and here's Raul Navarro. So it takes 3 or 4 hours to get set up. How long does it take to break down?
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny you say that. Up until last year, we had an older system where we had to pretty much unplug everything.
Oh.
All the cords and all the cables and all the kind of permanent equipment we leave on the field.
Yeah.
Because of the new system we have a new...
So it
lock-
makes it easier.
Yeah, basically, long
All right.
story short, shaves it off by half. So about within 20 to 30 minutes, if everyone fires on all cylinders, we're good to go and go home.
Raul Navarro takes 1-1. Peguero is on deck. Navarro on the evening, 0 for 3. He reached base on an error on Matt Ureste at short back in the 5th.
It's always exhilarating for the Pacifics to make a comeback. You know, this season it's had its ups and downs, and during these broadcasts, we had some share of bad luck with the record here, but this is a great way to end it if we pull off the victory here tonight.
1-2. We were 7-0 last season, as you know, and then this year I think we're 3-3 so far. Navarro stands back in 1-2.
Yeah, it'd be good to end it on a high note with a win. For sure.
Certainly would. Even in the count, 2-2 is Raul Navarro batting .362. Takes a fastball away. Yalier Peguero awaits in the on-deck circle. 1 down here in the bottom of the 7th, where the Pacific lead by a pair. 4 home runs and 34 driven in. Get Navarro on the base paths, and he's likely to run and keep running and not stop running. 2-2 is up and in, and he
Caught that
trying to jump out of the way, and Navarro fouls it back. That's one of those, you're just diving to get out of the way, and the ball hits the bat somehow, and you get nothing to show for it. So just a dramatic strike, in fact. 6th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Navarro.
Just a few more games left in the season, right? So
that's right. 7 after tonight, and then the playoffs. That's right. Pacific's the reigning champions. Can they do it again? They're going to have their hands full with the Stompers.
Definitely.
The fastball is fouled out, first base line and out of play. Stompers are 10 games ahead of San Rafael at 41-15, with Pacific's 31-25 coming into tonight. Only 1 game up on Vallejo, who are here right now. And if Vallejo wins tonight, they be in second place, tied with San Rafael.
Yeah, that's huge. And as defending champions, it's good to know that hey, they're not out of it. They're ready to repeat.
And Navarro swings and fouls it off of his left foot, and Navarro is down. I think it caught him. I don't know if it caught him in the left foot or the left. Sometimes it comes off the shin, as home plate umpire Ron Barnes is helping him up. And now Barnes will probably whisk Broom off the plate. There's Oscar Suarez, the manager of the Pacifics, who's out to talk to his star shortstop, Raul Navarro.
Fans, let me take this opportunity
And
to
both men are bent over. And
we have Jake Davis. And
I'm sure Oscar Suarez is saying something like, let's try to walk this thing off or stretch it out, or we need you. We can't have you go down with an injury at this point. Navarro was swinging at, very late, by the way, at a breaking ball, and it just came off the inside of the bat and caught him in the foot, the left foot. Oh, that's already happened 2 or 3 times tonight, where the batter just smashes his own foot with a foul ball. A lot of these guys wear the protective apparatus over that lead foot, but not Navarro. But he might after tonight, 2-2. Looking for his first base knock of the night. Check it. He didn't reach base on an error. It was a double that Navarro had into left. So he does have a base hit. I was checking my own notes. They were not very complete, obviously, because in fact Navarro is 1 for 3 on a double to left field. That was his last at bat. So now it's full. 1 down. Bases are empty. Check swing. And an appeal to our field umpire, Eric Thompson, says he did swing. So Navarro is gone, and here's Yalier Peguero.
Yeah, this song brings back good memories. I'm a Giants fan, and this El Machón theme was Sergio Romo's walkout music when he was relieved for the Giants.
That's pretty good knowledge. And Sergio Romo came out of the same league in 2011 that turned into the Pacific Association.
It's awesome. Comes full circle.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Awesome.
1 year later, he's pitching in Game 7 of the World Series.
That's right.
2 strikeouts so far in the bottom of the 7th. Yeah, Romo was one of those guys that kind of got this whole league going up here. It was then called the North American Baseball League, now called the Pacific Association of Baseball Clubs.
Yeah, no, I started my master's program in sport management around 2012, and that's kind of when all that was happening.
Yeah.
And a colleague of mine worked for the San Rafael Pacifics, and I thought to myself, in some way, shape, or form, it'd be great to be, associate myself with them in some way, shape, or form, directly or indirectly. And now here I am in Marin TV and working with you. And
right in the middle of it all.
Broadcast, absolutely. Yeah, it doesn't get better than this.
2-1. Well, I hope not.
No.
It seems pretty good.
Exactly.
I've been with the club since day one,
That's
and
right.
it's been a great run. There's a chopper to second. Backing up on it is Pugh. He's got it in time. And the side is retired. All right, everybody, when we come back, Omid will remain here. Our final telecast on Marin TV this season. And Omid is our executive producer, and that's why he's alongside. And we'll go top of the 8th inning for the Admirals, Montreal Marshall, Tillman Pugh, Chevy Clark, 4-2 San Rafael, right here on Marin TV. Welcome back, everybody, to the 2019 San Rafael Pacifics right here on Marin TV. Graylin Durkee is the hitter who came in the 5th inning in place of Montreal Marshall. I was asking in between innings if Marshall had been removed as the result of an injury or something along those lines, and no one knows. So Durkee's in there, and he takes up and away, and now it's indoors, and quickly he's ahead in the count, 2-0. It'll be Durkee, Tillman Pugh, and Chevy Clark here in the top of the 8th inning in a 4-2 ball game. Just a great game here in downtown San Rafael. Friday night baseball. Slash towards second. On the move is Peguero on to first in time. And an acrobatic play by the Pacific second baseman, El Perfecto, 1 down.
Yeah, what a heat wave this week, right? And San Rafael, Marin County, North Bay, and the good part is the nights are very enjoyable. So perfect weather.
Yeah, during the day it's been brutal the last 4 or 5 days. You're right, and it's only brutal because we're not used to it. But when it gets to 95 here in San Rafael, it seems like we're in Palm Springs.
That's right.
But
go ahead.
Palm Springs hit 122 a couple days ago.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I guess it's not like we're in Palm Springs.
Yeah, right.
Tillman Pugh, everybody, with 1 down.
Yeah, we have it so good out here overall.
Yeah, you're right. Very few days. We haven't had a real heat wave this year. In other words, 3 or 4 days are over 100 degrees, not even close.
Right.
This week, I think, is about the hottest week of the year so far. Fastball is swung on and missed by Tillman Pugh, who had a triple in his last at-bat and a run scored, 1-1, as he takes...
So this is my 3rd season doing the San Rafael Pacifics and the sports broadcasting camp with Marin TV. So, we kind of get the students kind of get attached to some of the players and stuff, but there's usually a turnaround. Like every year, has there been a complete overhaul with teams, or is there some that stay?
Not as
what's your
much
experience
as
in
this year.
Yeah.
This year, there's just only 1 or 2 players left over from last year. A lot of the players went to other teams.
Okay.
Like Ricky Gingras was, of course, on the Pacifics the last couple of years.
That's right.
And now he plays for Vallejo. Popped him up. Pugh to right field. On the run, Axel Johnson makes a play, 2 down.
Excellent play. I think of somewhere around the 2nd or 3rd inning, there's something in the Pacifics. You could just tell, where our broadcast is. We're right in the middle of the dugout. We see and hear everything, all the ups and downs of how the players feel, and there was some different energy going into the 4th inning, and that's when they turned things around. So it was awesome to see that, and also for our students as well.
Yeah, that was great when Annone hit that big 3-run home run.
Yeah.
And by the way, fans, Edward Perez is the right-hander on the hill for San Rafael. 4.26 ERA and 12 2/3 innings pitched. And a curveball poured in to Chevy Clark for a called strike. Clark with a pair of strikeouts and a ground ball back in the 6th is 0 for 3 on the night with Ricky Gingras on deck. The ex-Pacific up and in, 1-1. Good pitch from Perez to locate up and in just to see if Clark would try to fist one away. But he didn't. 1-1. Another curveball, and he's got it working, although it's taken high. 2-1.
Was that? Yeah, that's fine. Hey.
Clark batting .238 with 7 home runs and 22 RBIs. Perez deals. Perez wanted the call, and I'm not sure where it missed. Armindo Escobar slow in getting rid of the ball and returning it to Perez, also in disbelief, and now 3-1. Gingras is on deck, but for now it's Chevy Clark. 7 home runs. He's got some pop. Here's the 3-1. And a called strike. And Clark was reaching down to unstrap that protective apparatus on his right ankle. And there's 3 or 4 players out on the field right now who could have benefited from that protective apparatus. Curveball is fouled off. And the count remains 3-2.
Seems like the Pacific's got a good command of the game now, right? It's set to their pace, and just feel like if they just continue this momentum, they should win this. I got a good feeling about it. We'll see.
I hope you're right.
Yeah.
Got him with a fastball.
There you go. That made me look good.
Chevy Clark strikes out, and the Pacifics are able to get out of it. 1, 2, 3.
He heard me.
They might have been listening to you. Bottom 8 coming up. 4-2, Pacifics on top. It'll be Axel Johnson, Zane Gelfman, Mike Cannone, the 3, 4, 5 batters right here in San Rafael on Marin TV. We'll be right back. Welcome back, everybody, to Marin TV's coverage of the 2019 San Rafael Pacifics. Yours truly, Stuart Horn. Well, this is our very last game on Marin TV this year. It's been a great season, and our executive producer is Omid Shamsapur. There he is, folks. You hear me talk about him all the time, every telecast. Well, here he is. I talked him into sitting in with me. So this is a great opportunity for young people to come and learn about television production. Isn't that right? Isn't that what you're doing here, this whole thing?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, it's great to kind of close off the year with you, and then I wanted to take this opportunity to thank our awesome students who have been part of this this cohort for 2019. You know, Daniel, Max, Marco, Miles, you guys have been terrific this year. Our youngest crop, except for our veteran Max. So they've went over some hurdles this year, and they're experts now, and I couldn't be more proud.
That's great. And all indications are that we will be back in 2020, in fact.
That's right.
This is our 5th year on Marin TV. And as far as we can tell, this far in advance.
Right.
And nothing is ever sure in this world, but it seems like about 9 months from now, we're going to be back with more Pacifics baseball on Marin TV, all live from downtown San Rafael. Axel Johnson stands in and takes a strike to open things up in the Pacific's half of the 8th inning, and now he takes upstairs 1-1. So who has access? So I know that this is being telecast online and
Yes.
to everybody in Marin County. Isn't that right?
Correct, yeah. So in Marin County, the Channel 30, if you have Comcast and you got digital cable, Channel 30 should be included in your packages there. And Channel 30 is our education channel for Marin TV, and that's where we broadcast these San Rafael Pacifics games. That's where the students who are making this great work happen, and also online on our Marin TV website as well, which we put through our social media. So there's a couple of avenues to check it out live, and then we archive them on YouTube after.
Johnson fouls it out on Anderson Drive. And now a chopper up the middle is too hot to handle. Ureste toward the second base bag, couldn't come up with it. And Johnson has his first hit of the night. A single up the middle to get things started for San Rafael here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Here's Zane Gelfman.
Number 10. Yes, sir, the new guy.
The new guy, Zane Gelfman, just his 3rd game with San Rafael, is 2 for 3 on the night. A double back in the 4th and a run scored. A single in the 6th where he was stranded at 3rd base. Well, he's up there with Axel Johnson at first base. The new pitcher for the Admirals is Alex Leach, number 26. Gelfman has a known on deck. And Gelfman takes a strike to get things started here in his 4th at-bat of the evening. He's got a runner at first. That's Axel Johnson. Pacifics lead by a pair, and they'd like to make it a lot more than that if they can. Wind coming in over the left field wall now. Still just about 5 miles an hour, but cooling off precipitously. And Gelfman, a long look from Leach. Outside, 1-1.
I just love that the Pacifics are getting the hits in today. You know, like we got those runs in earlier, but now we're matching them with hits and shows them that we're ready for that playoff mode. We just got to keep the momentum going.
4 runs on 7 hits for San Rafael. 2 runs on 7 hits for Vallejo. One of them was a big one, a game leading off home run by Vlad Gomez. The Pacifics have fought back.
Here we go.
Broken bat up the middle. And that's going to get Johnson to second, where he will stop. Gelfman aboard at first. Well, he's going to need a new bat after
And then
that trip to the plate.
An Axel on second, so we should be in good shape.
A shot up the middle for Gelfman, his 3rd hit tonight. Oh, man, that guy can hit. That is now, puts Gelfman at 4 for 12 as a Pacific. 3 of them tonight, though. 3 of the 4 have come tonight. Consecutive base knocks for San Rafael. And here is Mike Annone. Well, all Mike Annone has done tonight has gone 2 for 3, including a 3-run bomb over the right field wall that may have never come down. It was a big one.
I think it's still out there.
Yeah, it's floating around somewhere in the atmosphere. I think it left the Earth's gravity.
Right.
Takes a strike on the outside black. Corey Dempster's on deck. Annone batting .304 coming into tonight's action. Picks up his 8th home run back in the 4th. And 3 RBIs to boot. Leach tries to go a little bit further away and a little bit lower, but not anywhere near the strike zone. So Annone leading in the count. Check it. Even in the count, 1-1. Nobody out, 2 on. Heart of the order. Annone, the wide open stance. Leach taking a lot longer than any of his predecessors tonight. Deals outside, and I don't think he wants to give Annone anything to hit. 2-1. Game started with Mike Melendez, followed by Matt Taronis. All pitchers for the Admirals. Peter Reyes, and now Alex Leach. Annone up in the count, 2-1. Leach from the stretch. Looks to runner back to second. Here it is. Fouled him out on Anderson drive, 2-2. Axel Johnson, the runner at second, with Zane Gelfman, the runner at first base. Mike Annone, the left-handed batter. The full moon coming up over the left field wall. In the evening's gloaming here at Albert Park. Got him with a high cheese. Annone is gone, 1 down.
Yeah, that was a good at-bat, but didn't get what we wanted out of it.
Well, that's arguable.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's true.
I don't know what part of it was good.
Right.
Here's Corey Dempster.
Yeah, Dempster should, hopefully he can land in a couple runs for us right here. That would be awesome. Open it up for us a little more.
An unproductive strikeout for Mike Annone. Very few strikeouts are productive. At this point in the game, an extra run right now would be gigantic. Dempster could deliver it. He's got Axel Johnson, the runner at second base in scoring position with 1 away.
Yeah, I never feel safe with a 2-run lead. Just want to open up, get at least 4 in there.
Dempster is 1 for 3 on the night. A single following Annone's 3-run blast over the right field wall back in the 4th. And takes 1-0. Armindo Escobar is on deck. 2 on and 1 down here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Pacifics would love 1 more run to make them feel a little bit better. Dempster fouls it back to the screen. Escobar dancing out of the way in the on-deck circle as the ball fell away from the screen and almost got him.
Yeah, I've had a couple of innings with no runs. It'd be good to impose our will on them, so put the pressure on them in the top of the ninth. That'd be awesome.
1-1, everybody. Dempster batting .264 with 13 home runs, 51 RBIs. And for a slugger, he's also a heck of a base runner. And now they've got Axel Johnson in a pickoff off of second base. What a blunder late in the game by Axel Johnson to get picked. Between second and third, 2 down. Oh,
Yeah, that was huge for the Admirals.
that was huge.
Yeah.
Zane Gelfman moves over to second base on the play. But Johnson was taking too big of a lead. And Tillman Pugh snuck in behind him just when he wasn't looking. 2 down.
I know it's easier said than done, but don't put the foot off the gas.
2 down now, and a runner still in scoring position for Dempster, who's even in the count 1-1. Ooh, a late game error. That hurt. Dempster stands in, Leach with the hands high. Chopper, third base line, and he had a good swing, had a good look at it. Medium speed fastball. That looked mid-80s, no more than that. Dempster has a ton of power with 13 long ones and 51 ribbies.
Yeah, I haven't been able to go to really any Pacifics games outside of our broadcast, but it'll be good towards the end of the year to kind of check them out as a fan and see how they fare for the postseason.
A known struck out, followed by Axel Johnson getting picked between second and third. And what looked like the Pacifics taking total control of the bottom of the 8th. Now 2 down and only 1 on. So it's up to Dempster to pick up the team. A 1-2. 1-2 count to the Pacific's left fielder, Corey Dempster. Escobar on deck. Leach working very slowly, looks the runner back, and he comes home. And he got him swinging. Well, as it turns out, what looked great for the Pacifics turned into a big mess. As we go to the top of the 9th, and they are going to have to hold the Vallejos to 1 run or less to go home happy and send the fans home as well.
That'd be good to pull off the win. It'd be good to end this seasonal broadcast and wish them good luck the rest of the way.
Couldn't have said it better myself. Ricky Gingras, Matt Ureste, Chris Fornacci coming up for Vallejo. Top 9, last chance for the Admirals. Marin TV. Welcome back, everybody. San Rafael leads this one by a score of 4-2, and we go to the top of the 9th inning.
All right, so we brought in our closer, Pacific's closer, Jalen Peguero, number 23. So hopefully we can get that going and finish the win on a high note.
Yeah, he's a hard-throwing right-hander who has power behind him. His whole deal for Peguero is power, as it is almost always the case with closers, especially at this level of professional baseball. It's all about power.
That's right. Power, impose your will, put fear into your opponents, and put that in there,
You like that phrase. That's the second time you've used it tonight.
I do. Well, like I gotta love all, but when it comes to competition, you gotta win. You gotta do what you can.
That's right. That's absolutely right. Peguero on the hill. He'll be facing 7, 8, 9 hitters for the Admirals in a 4-2 lead here in the top of the 9th. Ricky Gingras, the ex-Pacific, 1 for 3 on the night. No, this is not Ricky Gingras. This is a pinch hitter that they have not announced. Well, we'll see if we can figure out who the hitter here is in just a moment, as it has not been announced, but it's not Ricky Gingras. And whoever it is even in the count 1-1 against the Pacific's closer, Jalen Peguero. And it's Zach Files in place of Ricky Gingras, hitting here in the top of the 9th inning. Pinch hitter Files. Can the Vallejos come back and tie this thing? And a fastball is swung on and missed, and Files right over the top of it. 1-2. Just a perfect pitch to knock from here into the bay, which is about a mile away. However, very few humans can catch up with a low 90s fastball, as Jalen Peguero just delivered. Here's the 1-2 curveball, dribbled first base line, and it just trickles foul off the chalk as Zach Files makes his way back to the hitting area. You ever play baseball?
Yeah,
Omid?
I played Little League. Did T-ball, then I did Little League, and played for a few teams, and did my whole round of sports growing up. But yeah, I always had a love and interest for baseball.
All right, very good. I played for San Rafael Little League, and we used to play at San Quentin.
Oh,
you go through the main gate, drive in about a mile and a half, and they had a beautiful field that was manicured by a couple of inmates. And then summer ball was played right here on the opposing field.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
What position did you play?
I usually played shortstop and second base.
Nice. I was
As
shortstop and third.
Next pitch to Files is upstairs. But in 1976, the San Rafael Little League All-Star Game, I played on the field that we have currently here in center field when our athletics director at San Rafael was the great Ron Pugh. No relation to Tillman Pugh. But I caught that game.
That's awesome. So for those of you who see the high home camera,
here's the 2-2. Got him looking with a curveball.
Excellent pitch.
One
Wow.
away.
All right. Peguero's on it. He's heating up. He's ready to close out this game. Just 2 more outs to go.
What about the center field?
So, yeah, we're just telling the audience there when they get to high home, or our production team, if you switch to high home, if you see that right there, that dugout out there is what you're referring to, right?
That field in center
is
field, so that's a softball field,
yeah,
but
right.
Little League used to play there.
Okay, you guys, yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, you guys are saying that's where Stewart played back
That's
in
right.
the day.
We're talking
A couple years before me.
42 years ago or
Oh,
something.
yeah.
43 years ago. Here's Matt Uriste, everybody, with 1 down on the top of the 9th and a called strike on the inside blag with a splitter.
I played in a slightly less dangerous area, like in Piper Park, but no, to play in San Quentin that's pretty awesome. And to play out
Oh,
here as
yeah,
well.
I played 2 years at San Quentin. My brother played there, too,
That's
ahead of
awesome.
me. And then they moved all the San Rafael games back over this side. And a curveball is swung on and missed. And
Very
Jalen Peguero is dealing, folks. Total deception here in the top of the 9th where the Vallejo's trail by 2.
0-2 count, 1 out. Let's go.
Fornacci is on deck. 1 away, top 9. Can the Pacifics hold on to this 4-2 lead? Our final broadcast on Marin TV this season. And Pacifics fouled into the glove of Herminio Escobar. 2 down.
Good night.
And the Pacifics would love to send us off with a win. A full moon. Well, it looks like we're a day away from it. Over the left field wall. I don't know if we can get a camera on it, but it's a beautiful night.
So to put it out there, if we get our director to get our awesome cameraman Max to pan left and tilt up till we get the moon, and we fade that in there, that'll be great. It's a golden moon tonight, guys.
2 down. Here's Chris Fornacci. And Peguero fouls it up and out of play. 1 strike on Fornacci, the 9-hole hitter. Batting .248 coming into tonight's action. Fornacci 0 for 1 on the night officially. A fly ball in the 2nd inning to Marcus Montalongo in center, and then he walked. His last at bat in the 7th.
Yeah, I think we get a good, nice shot.
Taken 1-1.
Chris shot of the moon up there, third base cam. Get that going.
I don't know if anybody's home. I don't think anybody heard you, me.
No.
My feeling is they didn't.
Either that or they just
1 down,
focus on the
everybody. Check
game.
it. 2 down, everybody. Vlad Gomez on
Oh,
deck.
that's
And
the
a line drive to third base, speared by Zane Gelfman, which, had he not got his glove up in his way, it would have hit him right in the forehead. But a line drive ends it, leaving Vlad Gomez on deck. Omid?
Wow, that was amazing. Laz, we were pointing at the moon, the final play of the game. What a catch, what a drive, what a game, what a way to end our broadcast season.
Well, there you go, everybody. The Pacifics with a great win The win goes to Justin Watland and the save to Jalen Peguero. Super work from the Pacifics tonight. Your final 4 runs on 8 hits, no errors for San Rafael. 2 runs on 7 hits, which is a single error for Vallejo. And the Pacifics win our final telecast on Marin TV here in 2019. We are so happy you spent your evening with us. For Omid Shamsapur and everybody else associated, Stuart Horn, yours truly, signing out from Albert Park, saying so long and thank you for spending your evening with us right here on Marin TV. We'll see you, everybody.
Thank you, guys. Want a quick shout out to Marin TV and everyone on board, all my colleagues. Let's get the camera out there quickly. I want to thank all my colleagues at Marin TV, all of our awesome students, Marco, Max, Miles, Daniel, and my partner in crime, Damian Prince Brown. He's the unsung hero. He's been part of all this. And my awesome colleague here, Stuart, who brought me on board to close out the season. I can't thank you guys enough. And season's not over yet. Go Pacifics.
Yeah, that's well said. All right, we'll see you, everybody. Another great night of Pacifics baseball. Until next year.